Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, love attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our weekly energy reading. It is the first week in December. I am filming this on December 1st. Heck yes, I cannot believe we're already here in December. I am in sunny Florida, and it's weird to be here in December. I think it's like 20 degrees back home, and it's already 75 degrees here. So I'm super, super blessed to be here, but let's see what the energy is for this week. I'm going to start with Angel Wisdom Tarot, which you guys all know. I love this deck and I always use it. This is what it looks like. My friend Emily, shout out to Emily. She purchased this for me. And like I say in all of my readings, well, I take that back. Like I said in my online course on how to become an intuitive reader, but I say this in all of my personal readings. The decks that you're meant to have find you. They just come into your life somehow, whether it's somebody purchasing it for you, you finding it at a store or on Amazon, or watching another reader using a deck, and your eyes just get locked on the card. So let's see. First message. Oh my gosh, it totally landed on the chair. Okay, we have the sun. Yes. Oh, I love the sun card. It says, a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. So the sun card is also the masculine energy. The feminine's the moon, it's the dark. The masculine is the sun. And this also could mean that the masculine is having epiphanies right now. It's a successful time. So somebody's coming in on their horse being like, almost like a surrender. I surrender. I want this. I want a better life for myself. And gratitude for the divine. So let's get a Micah magic card to confirm the sun card. Spirit, what else about the sun card? Switch up your routines. And I just heard, Michelle, you just went on vacation and switched up your routine. So somebody else out there, you're doing something different. You're going to different places. I just was listening to something the other day, and it was talking about how if you're getting the call, you keep seeing a certain city's name everywhere, or a certain country, or a certain state. You know, if it's repeating and you keep seeing it, like I kept seeing Florida plates before I came here, and it was before I booked the flight. So I was like, sometimes our souls are called to certain locations for a recharge, regardless of what the weather is like. It's just the land. Maybe you lived a past life in that area. Your soul's being pulled back to kind of get this reboot, to reconnect with the land. So it's all about the land and the water. I know I drove home from the beach the other day here, and I was on this bridge. It was like a causeway, I think it's called. And the whole time I was on the bridge, I just felt like it was weird. I felt like I wanted to speed up and like get off the bridge. Like I was scared of the water, but I also felt really connected to it. And I have a big fear of tsunamis. So anytime I'm on something that's like out in the middle of water, I usually get a little anxious. So yeah, switching up your routines. If you feel called to go somewhere new, go, just like I did. I came here. Change is here, because when you activate change, you break all patterns and habits, right? And then all of a sudden you have these epiphanies, you have these awakenings, you have this like, oh my gosh, I can see now that I'm out of my normal routine and I'm out of the environment and the people that I've always been around. It's like I get this clean slate and I feel like I can listen to my intuition better. So I think that's what my guides are saying the sun card is saying, is that like you need time. So yeah, there's a little, you need time away just to rest and to have fun. The sun card is also really bright and fun. It's like you bring the fun wherever you go. I'm going to be hitting up the zoo soon. So I'm super, super excited to go see some spirit animals. I have a couple friends who used to live where I'm in the city that I'm staying in. Oh, your higher love is coming. And they're telling me all these different restaurants to go to explore. So I will definitely be doing that. So switch up your routines, breakdown that builds character. So breakdown that builds character is kind of like an old way of being is coming to a close. Whether that's your old life, your old job, your old thinking, your thought patterns, that when that happens, then your higher love shows up. It's like you break down all of the ego that has been blocking you from your partnership. Because ego will creep in and tell you that you're not good enough and that nothing good's ever going to happen. And you're never going to have that love that you want or that money that you want. And I just got my miracles, my little typo. For anyone that's new to my channel, I created this deck in memory of my daughter. And I just also saw Get Out in Nature. So a big one for all of us today and for this week. But I created this deck and I had a typo. And I have a big fear of, oh, I have this like need to be perfect because of my upbringing, because if things weren't perfect, I either got physically hurt or verbally berated. So as like kind of like a pushback to that energy, I left the mistake and was like, I'm fine with mistakes. And I still struggle with trying to be perfect and trying to just let things go. So this is a message out there for somebody. If you're trying to be perfect in your life and you're thinking you have to be perfect for this partnership, you got to throw that out because that's going to block the partnership from happening. It'll slow down everything. Okay. I'm drinking. I know I always share my drinks on here, but they don't have many cups in this Airbnb. So I have this cute little wine glasses. So I have cacao. I have dandelion root. I have oat milk. I have vanilla creamer, which is oat. I believe it's oat creamer. And a little bit of stevia, and it's so yummy. I also got to see my friend Avi. She grew up in the UK, but she lives in Germany and she flew here for a wedding. So I'm sure you guys saw on my community page or in my shorts that I posted about seeing her. Oh, look what she got me. How cute is this, you guys? She got me the cutest little heart wallet. I already put all of my stuff in it, already using it, but it was so good. It's so cool when I get to connect with you guys who find me on YouTube and then you book a session with me and then we connect, and her and I work together. I forget how many sessions we did, but then we ended up just keeping in touch. It's been over a year and a half, I think. But anyway, she just is such a cool girl, and shout out to you. I know you're listening and watching. Ooh, Two of Cups. I think that's a message for her. We've been talking about her meeting somebody soon. She's had like a complete transformation in her life too. Okay, so change is here. Two of Cups energy. What else do we need here? Ace of Swords. Okay, this is somebody going through an awakening. Again, with the kind of the Sun card, somebody having this wake up like, whoa. Yeah, I forget what the Sun card said. Brilliant epiphanies that lead to magic opportunities. I just heard that as career. Like maybe there's this new idea for your career that you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that could be an option. Spirit is saying those brilliant ideas are going to come from the well of your mind. You're going to go all the way down the spiral staircase to find this one moment of clarity. And you're just like, ah, oh, this totally makes sense now. My whole life has like finally panned out. I see why everything has worked the way it has worked. And I'm excited for my friend because I know that I'm drawn to connect with people right before they meet people. So my mentor also told me that as our gifts enhance, just being in somebody's presence activates them and wakes them up. So I know when I'm called to connect with people in person, it activates them. It activates their family. It activates other things around them, or their it's almost like a courage activation. So it gets people wanting to be better. They want to work out. They want to eat better. They want to leave that job. So I know that I was born with that gift. I activate people. It's been happening for the last 5 years. So unconsciously, well, I shouldn't say that. I'm very aware of it. But when I'm drawn to go connect with people, I'm always thinking, oh, this person might need an activation. Just like if you're drawn to go to a certain land or city, that land or that area might need your energy to activate it. If we are light bringers and we are bringing light, then it's for a reason. So take it seriously. You all have this gift of sharing your light and activating others. And when I say activating, it just means helping them awaken deeper to their truth. It has nothing to do with you. And this is another thing that I learned that some of you might need to know is when you are watching people on YouTube and you're connecting to their energy, or maybe you just feel like you meet your soul tribe and you're like, oh my gosh, I just feel so connected to them. The ego will immediately think it's an intimate connection. And this is the one thing that I had to learn for the last 5 years. As soon as I spiritually awakened, my ego wanted to label and wanted to find my person. It wanted to find my twin flame, my soulmate. And every person that I would connect with and feel really resonant with, and I would like love talking to them and love hanging out with them, you know, each guy was always kind of like a catalyst for growth. They weren't meant to be intimate partnerships. So keep an open mind that when you're connecting with teachers on YouTube, or if you're connecting with people in your community, it's not always meant to be intimate. But it's like we're all these lost souls looking for a home in somebody else. And it's not it. I have to tell you, like I've had to throat chakra. I've had to end a lot of mentorship clients, and especially with men, because I could feel that their soul was thinking that I was the one. Or there's people on YouTube, some of you viewers who've emailed me and said things like, I'm your person and I'm this. And I'm like, tap the brakes. You don't know me. Just because you see me on YouTube doesn't mean you know me. But at the same time, I know why they're doing it because I used to do it too. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just your soul is so craving its home, and you feel safe with me, and you feel like you understand me, and you feel like I understand you because of what I say hits home and it connects with you. But that's because the universe is speaking through me. I'm just this body. I'm not your person. So when the universe speaks through me to you, it feels like I'm you. It feels like I'm connected to you, but it's your angels and guides using me to connect to you, to make you feel safe, to help you grow on this journey so that they can prepare you through me to meet your person. So tap the brakes anytime you're watching a YouTuber or somebody in your community or on Instagram who you feel like your ego is saying, they're my person because I connect with them. That is your ego. And it is not, it is a story that you're creating in your head about somebody who you think that you're tied to because you resonate with their messages. Okay. It's not the case. It's just a story in your head, but it doesn't mean the information isn't valid. I hope that makes sense. I've never said this in a reading, and I'm glad I'm saying it because it happens to me a lot. And I know it happens to so many other YouTubers. They always make posts on their community page about how they're always saying like, I'm a twin flame reader, but I am not your twin flame, because so many people are just so looking for their home that they feel a connection with a reader because maybe they're beautiful, or maybe he's really handsome. And then they're saying things that only you knew in your head, and they're talking about things that you were thinking about on your drive this morning. So you think there's this telepathy, but what you're not realizing is that can happen through anybody. Your angels and guides are using other people to speak to you. So we can't get attached to who's speaking to us. We just have to sit back and receive the message and know that, you know, when it's our person, it will be reciprocated. That person will feel that same way back. Okay. All right, let's switch up decks. Let's do some animal decks. Oh, the eagle. Spirit has your back. See, spirit is going to bring you your person. It's going to bring you the money. It's going to bring, I just heard somebody's really, really stressing about money. And this is a sign. It's number 23, which adds up to 5, which means change is coming. Your money is coming. Okay. Let's get a card from my money deck, which I don't have yet. So we're going to go into Canva like I did before in my last reading. And I'm going to randomly pick a card. Perfect. We're already here. Okay, we're going to scroll. You guys can see I have it up. Actually, we'll put them in a grid form. And stop. I arrive faster when you love yourself. I really like this one. You guys can see what it looks like. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, still not good. Oh, well. I arrive faster when you love yourself. So when you're laying in bed at night, when you're driving in your car, when you're in your shower and you're stressing about money, what I need you to do is just stop doing that. And I understand why we all do it. I do it too. But in that moment, we have to stop and say, this isn't the energy I want to be in. Me desperately praying for something is only going to push it away. So what we have to do is we have to sit in the comfort and say, I am so abundant. Look at what I already do have. And I know something more is coming. Every time I lose money, I don't have enough money, it's darkest before dawn. It's darkest before dawn. I know more is coming. Maybe let me feng shui my house. I just posted a video yesterday or 2 days ago about how to manifest using your home. I'll link it here. But it's life-changing. When you change the energy in your home, it tells the universe you're open and you're saying, yes, I'm worthy of more. I'm cleaning my space and making it a beautiful place to be, or I'm taking a vacation to a beautiful environment. And it's something that somebody who is really wealthy would do. And you go and do those things because you're walking in faith saying, I am somebody who is abundant. And in the lag time, right? So say you go do this thing, you book the hotel, you take the vacation, you just maybe pamper yourself with a facial, you're walking in faith. Well, the universe has to catch up. There has to be a little bit of a lag time before it arrives with that money. So in that process, you're going to love yourself. You're pampering yourself. You're taking yourself on a vacation. And in that process, you have to relax and stop those thoughts and say, I'm not going to think that right now. I'm not going to sit here and worry about when the money's going to come. It's darkest before dawn. I know it always arrives because spirit has your back. Okay. Let's do my Archangel Michael deck. Prioritize self-care, again, with loving yourself. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. So when people are offering to do things for you, to pay for things, to take you places, say yes. Say yes with grace and see it all as love. And remember, this is again with the message about clinging to people, thinking that they're your person and creating a story in your head about them. This is what the universe is trying to say. It's like, it's all love. You know, it's not intimate love. We can have these connections with people and feel deeply about them, but they're not our person. So it's like, you know, having a connection with a child or a parent or a best friend or a cousin, you know, those people that you just love so much. You can have that with a stranger after just meeting them. And it doesn't mean that they're your twin flame because it's instant. It just means that your souls have chosen to meet during this time to help you with your evolution. Everything that's happening to all of you right now is because your soul needs to expand. So the universe is saying, okay, we want them to expand. We want them to learn this lesson. We're going to bring them Michelle, or we're going to bring them another YouTuber or another coach or a healer. The ego will always think that every new person is your person. And it's not that case. It's all just the universe bringing you who you need when you need them. So when you're early on the spiritual awakening journey, watch your ego. It likes to label everybody and everything. When you see it doing it, when you see your mind creating a story about how somebody's meant to be your best friend or they're meant to be your soulmate or your twin flame, observe it and say, let me just allow this person to bring me what I need. Let me shower them, not overgive, you know, not tell them that I think they're my person. Let me just observe it and see what happens and just see if they reciprocate, because it's most of the time, it's just a lesson to be learned. Okay, let's do the ever unfolding heart. Ooh. And I just heard a lot of times when you think you're connecting with somebody, and if they're further along the journey than you, they're in a completely different headspace, right? Because your level of awakening might not match where they're at. Doesn't mean you're not, doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just not on the same level. So when you're not on the same level of awakening as somebody else, the person that's, higher up, they can see where you're at because they used to be there. So in their mind, they're not going to think, oh, this person's my soulmate, because they're looking to have somebody that's going to elevate them. They want somebody that's going to expand them. So not saying you can't marry or date somebody that's not as awakened as you are, because I don't believe in that either. I think everybody, surpasses each other at different stages of their lives. One partner grows, the other one's taking a back seat, and they switch. But when your ego is clinging to the idea that somebody is your match, you really have to think about, where is that person living in their head? What level are they on? And, could you ever expand them? If there's not that equal give and take, then a lot of times it's not meant to be. I hope that makes sense. I've had 3 clients deal with that in the last year, where they thought somebody was their person, but they just weren't on the same level as them. So they wouldn't expand them. You are never alone. If you've been feeling lost, like I said, lost souls look and like to label. Your angels want you to trust them. They are always with you. Get excited. They are bringing you something good this week. It's that eagle card. Yes, I love that. It's spirit has your back. And I just saw the bottom of the deck. Ask for a sign, be specific, then be grateful for when it arrives. And when I was on my flight to come here, I asked my angels and guides for a sign. I was like, make my flight magical. As soon as I get on the plane, I see a huge hummingbird on the wing, and I'm literally sitting in the perfect spot just to see the bird the whole flight. And I looked up the meaning of hummingbird, and I just was like, it talks about going to grab nectar from certain locations or places and going there often to get the nutrients that you need. And I was just like, I'm meant to be doing this. I'm meant to be going to Florida to get the sun, to get the relaxation. I needed to be pulled out of my bubble that I was living in, my habits, my patterns, seeing the same people every single day. I just feel so free here. So where in your life can you pull yourself out of your bubble and take a break so you can think clearly? We're going to use my little purple angel deck. Okay, just got a sweet text from a friend. Okay, here we go. Giving and receiving. Ooh, little kangaroos. This is Australian energy. So somebody is being called to go to Australia. The entire universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, which is when you give, or you only inhale, when you receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. I love this card. I don't think I've ever gotten this. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. So it's time to receive. You're meant to be going on vacations. You're meant to be exploring. And I know I use myself as an example a lot, but I know it matches with all of you. So many of you say that my readings are like, oh my gosh, it hit home for me. This is exactly what I needed to hear. But that inhalation and the exhale, you have to give money to get money, right? So you have to take the trip. You have to pamper yourself. You have to be willing to give in order to receive. And sometimes that means giving your heart, giving a hug, giving a compliment. So anytime you're wanting more money in your life, I also did another video on that, so I'll link it here. When you want to manifest more money, when you give, you are literally telling the universe that you're ready to receive more. So you have to give out that energy, whether it's a compliment, whether it's a kind act, doing something good for somebody. When I was on the beach yesterday, there was a little family next to me, and the little boy was so cute. As the seagulls would come around me and come around my bag, he was like so masculine as like a little 5-year-old boy. He would come over and he's like, I'll scare all the birds for you. And he was the only boy out of their family. There was 3 girls, 3 sisters, the little boy and the mom. I think she was the single mom. And I even told her, I was like, you're a warrior. I don't know how you do it, but he was like chasing all the birds away from me. He was like totally protecting me. And I could see it in his energy, in his face. He would run around and he would like chase these birds away. And I could see he had like a little play ball that he was like pretending to throw at them, and he would throw it at the birds, they'd fly away. And he grabbed his ball and he put it under his arm, and then he walked back like he was the king of the mountain. It was so cute. And his mom and his sisters, you know, they were happy he was doing it because they didn't want the birds near their food. But he came back with such strength and power that he's like, this is my place. Nobody's messing with it, you know? And I looked at him and I said, thank you so much for protecting me. I'm like, it made me feel so good that you did that for me. And he just got so red and he smiled so big, and he just, you know, went around and he went and jumped really high in the sand. But it was the cutest thing ever. And I'm trying to think now why I brought this up. But it was a moment where I just was like, oh, it was a kind act. So me saying that to him, I was giving him fuel. I was telling him how great he is and how much I really appreciated him. So when you give love in that way, he lit up. That's me telling the universe that I'm a giving and loving person. So I'm going to get giving and loving things in return. So it has to be an equal balance. You have to be ready to receive. I was receiving that he was protecting me, and the universe was reflecting back to me that I deserve protection and I am worthy of it, and I am always protected by spirit. But also the fact that I was giving back in return, so it was an equal exchange of energy. And most people live life and they don't even pay attention to those things. You know, they see a little boy chasing birds, and they're like, oh, big deal. But I was observing every second of this little boy, and he just was so in his masculine energy. I'm going to protect my tribe. These birds are not going to hurt my mom and my sisters. And he was like 5. So it is so innate in our men that they want to do this for us. And we have to acknowledge them after they do it, and tell them they did a good job, and tell them that we thank them and that it made us feel good. A lot of men like to be told how you make them feel, ladies, for the what you called? Oh my gosh, I'm total brain fart right now. I'm trying to think of the word. Oh my God, heterosexual partnerships. I was gonna say not same sex, but it still works if you're a female or male, because there's one that usually holds more of the masculine and feminine energy. Oh my gosh, heterosexual partnerships. Ladies, your men like to be told that they did a good job, and they want to know what they can do for you. So be verbal and tell them. Tell them what would make you feel safe. Okay, let's do a couple more Micah magic and then we'll end it there. So this week we started with the sun card. We have changes are coming. We have, what else do we have? I like to recap. The 2 of Cups, partnership is coming. Change up your routines, miracles are coming. Ask for a sign and you'll get it. You're never alone. Your angels are saying, make sure you ask them for anything. And also make sure you're not clinging to people who your ego is creating a story around just because you're getting a connection via a spiritual reading or a healer. Okay, observe the ego, because you could be blocking another great partnership from coming in if you're so focused on this other thing that's just a story in your head and the person's not reciprocating. And I just got manifest more for yourself. Okay, I just heard 2 more. Let's do, I feel like my daughter's with us. Your loved one is with you. A past loved one is here. Let's ask that loved one, what do we need to hear? Okay, this is partnership. I just felt it. Say yes. When somebody offers something to you, say yes. All right, lovies, that is it. I'm going to have a lovely day here. I hope you all have a lovely week. Keep me posted, comment below and let me know if anything resonated in this reading. I might come back to do another one. I don't know how many videos I'm going to have for this week because I'm going to be here so long. So, and this is like time for me to play and rest and be in the sun. So I don't want to be working. But I also, meaning working as in filming, but I would love to do readings with you. I would love to do coaching with you. If you want, purchase my courses. They will help you. I know I've gotten a couple emails that I have to get back to about some of you asking about my courses. Just go on my website. It's super easy. You just click sign up and the course is right there for you to watch. It's at the bottom of the screen. And I do have a bundle, a price. It's $200 for both courses: how to cleanse your energy and understanding energy, and then how to become an intuitive reader and connect to your intuition, so you're not being driven by that lost ego that is always looking to label things and not understanding the spiritual path. But click the link, it's the first one below. And if you want to work with me, I'd love to do a reading with you. I do want to work while I'm here. Like, I will do Zoom calls. But if they don't happen, then I'm meant to rest and I'm meant to play. So I'm sending you so much love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you in the next one. And I don't know when it will be, but I'm sending you so much love. All right, peace out.